Hello all, myself Vishnu Haridas. I'm working as a STEM browser in Vedavyasa Institute of Technology. So I'm here to deliver a tech talk. So I will be discussing on the topic of power transmission. Actually, power transmission means transmitting power from one source to the desired location. So specifically, I'm focusing on mechanical power transmission. So there are basically four types of mechanical power transmission, which are power transmission by using belt drives, by using rope drive, chain drive, and gear drive. So we'll be discussing detail. So first of all, belt drive. Belt drive is a thin, inextensible band made of leather, rubber, steel, canvas, or blata. These are the materials used for making the belt drives, and they are inextensible. That means they do not show any elastic properties. They can transmit power between parallel shaft, as the principle is due to the friction between the belt drive and the pulley. It is also called as friction drive. The amount of power transmitted depends on some of the factors such as velocity of the belt, velocity or the speed at which the belt is running, and the tension with which the belt is placed under the pulleys. If the tension is low, the there may be chances of slipping and all. So when the tension is high, the friction between the surfaces will also be high. And the other factor is arc of contact between the belt and the pulley. So if the belt drive is having larger arc of contact, means so it will be having larger contact surface area with the belt drive, so it will be having more friction surface and it can transmit more power. So this is how a flat belt drive looks like. And this is another type which is called as V belt drive. Comparing to the flat belt drive, this is having more contact surface area. As you can see the trapezoidal cross section, the three contact surfaces, the three of the surfaces are in contact with the drive. So this will be placed in a channel so that the all three surfaces will be in contact. A higher application, multiple V belt as shown here is can also be used. Now we can see some of the arrangements of the belt drives. So first one is open type of belt drive. The shaft will be in parallel, both the shaft rotates in the same direction. When the driver shaft rotates in clockwise direction, the lower side of the belt is tight and the upper side is slack. And if it's anti-clockwise, it's vice versa. In case of cross belt drive, shafts are parallel and are rotating in opposite direction. At the point where the belt crosses, it rub against itself and veers. The drive should operate at low velocity, but these arrangements can be used for higher power transmission applications. Idler pulley arrangement. It is used for increasing the angle of contact between the belt and the shaft. The idler pulley will not be supplied with any power. It is just a supporting pulley. This is compound type of belt drive where there will be more than one driver. The power from driver is given to a driven shaft, and on the same shaft itself one more pulley will be attached, and it also act as a driver to the another shaft. As you can see here, this is used for multiple power transmission requirements. This arrangement is called stepped or cone pulley drive. This arrangement is used for various application. One of the application is for lathe. Lathe is a machining device which is used for various operations such as turning, knurling, drilling, and taper turning, counter boring, and different types of operations. So for their speed regulation, the stepped type of cone pulley is used. Now the second type of drive is chain drive. We are more familiar with this type of drives because we can see this type of drives in cycles, bicycles, bikes and all. So basically it consists of a chain and a sprocket. Sprocket is a toothed wheel, and one of the sprockets will be the driver and other will be the driven. Smaller sprocket is called pinion and the bigger one is called wheel. The next type of drive is gear drives. On the subclassification, the first type is spur gears. Spur gears are those which have teeth cut parallel to the axis of the shaft. Spur gears are used for transmitting power between parallel shaft. They are used for high speed and high load application. They are generally classified into two types, which are internal and external type of gears. On the second subclassification, it is helical gear. As you can see in the image, the teeth cut on the periphery are of helical screw form. Helical tooth is inclined to an angle to the axis of the shaft. Helical gears are used for transmit power between the same parallel shaft. The two shafts rotate in the opposite direction. They have a higher load carrying capacity. That's the major difference between spur and helical. They operate more smoother and quieter than the spur gears. And this is herringbone or double helical gears. As you can see, it seems like two helical gears are attached as a single one. Herringbone gear have opposing helical teeth which nullify the two axial thrust. Load carrying capacity is very high. These gears are used to transmit power between two parallel shafts at a very high speed. Now this is bevel gears, one of the important gear system. Bevel gears are those which connect two non-parallel shafts with intersecting axes. The teeth of these gears are formed on a conical surface. The gears are used to transmit power between two shafts at any angle. Generally, the shafts are at right angles. They used for slow speed applications. This is worm gear. Worm gears are used for power transmission between two non-intersecting shafts that are generally at right angles to each other. Worm gear consists of worm and a worm wheel. It's a threaded screw and used as the driver, and worm wheel is a toothed wheel. The teeth of the worm wheel remains engaged with the threads of the worm. Some of the gear arrangement system is shown here. First one is symbol type of gear train, where one gear is attached to the another and that one is attached to the next one, like A B C D E F arrangements, which are in a straight line and train like system. And another type is compound gear train system, where the gears, there are numerous type of gears uh, arranged at various angles and various locations, but all are in contact at different axes. And another type of arrangement is planetary gear train system. So as you can see, the center one is called sun, central small gear is called sun. Gears over the sun are called planet gears, and the outer larger is called ring gear. So I hope you got a brief idea about how the power transmission elements are working. And there is a last one type of power transmission system, that is a rope drive, which is similar to that of flat belt drive. Instead of a flat belt, rope is used, and in that case it is having the same types of arrangements also. It is mainly used for simpler power transmission requirements. For example, in lift technologies and all, we can see that metallic ropes are used, and in household applications such as uh, getting out the water from well, we are using simple type of rope. So that's all about the basic mechanical power transmission system. Thank you all for attending the session. Thanks.